Welcome to a DIY chipboard treat box tutorial. I'm Charee Filimoehala here at the Graphic45 headquarters, and I'm excited to teach you how to create this adorable treat box that comes together in a jiffy. This box has been created for us for our Club G45 Volume 9. It has been created for us by Annette Green along with this fabulous DIY chipboard board book. So if you haven't already created that, you can go ahead and find the tutorial for that in the link below as well. But back to our treat box. These are great for housing treats and storaging waste bags and other things for your pets. But we love that this project is super versatile and would look great with any paper collection to fit any gift idea or to store any kind of knickknacks in your house. So we hope that you grab your supplies and join us for this tutorial. Of course, if you're not already a Club G45 subscriber, you can join the club by hopping on over to our website, g45papers.com. You can become a subscriber or just pick up this kit to create both of these projects and learn more about our club. But grab your stuff and let's create these little boxes. The first thing we want to do in creating our treat box is cutting the black chipboard sheets. So my first cut I have, and it's 12 inches by 6 inches. And then I have 8 inches that are going to be 2 7/8 by 2 7/8. And those are square. And I have 4 pieces that are going to be 3.5 inch by 3.5 inch squares. Then using a super tacky glue like this one here, or even a liquid glue like I'm going to use the art glitter glue, we're going to adhere all 8 of these squares together that are matching sizes. I tried to use my Aleene's super tacky glue, but it will not come out of the bottle, so we're just going to work with what we have. I know Annette recommends that for chipboard projects, so if you do have that in your stash, go ahead and use it if you can. While I'm prepping these, I'm just going to continue to clamp down because I'm just adhering all those layers one on top of another. This is going to be the inside of our lid, so it nests nicely in there without the lid just popping off easily. So we do want to get these as flush and close together as possible. Now I'm just going to try to squeeze out any air pockets using the side of my bone folder and applying some pressure while rotating. See, some adhesive is squeezing out, and I can hear those little bubbles popping, which is always a good sign. And then I'm going to clamp this up again and let it dry. And now it's time to do our larger 3.5 inch squares, and these ones will be creating a top and a bottom base, so I'll just be gluing 2 pieces together, not all 4. So just going to adhere 2 pieces of chipboard onto one another, so we can just make our lid and base of our box just a little more sturdy. Make sure we're flush on all 4 sides, and then using some more clamps we can clamp this down. And then we'll do the same with our last 2 3.5 inch squares. Now we can set all 3 of these to the side to dry, and we'll move over to our large piece. So next we're going to take this 12 by 6 piece, and we don't want to cut it all the way. We want to do some scoring with a blade. So I'm going to use my Fiskars paper trimmer that just has this slide blade. You can also use a scoreboard and a craft knife, or a craft knife and a ruler, just whatever you have to make this work, but you do not want to cut all the way through. So I don't want to use my rotary trimmer because that's going to cut all the way through. So this one, I'm just going to do a light pass over at 3 inches again at 6 and at 9 inches. So you can see that I did not cut through there, but I did cut enough that I can go ahead and now fold on those markings, creating part of my box. Now I'm going to use some Scotch tape. You could also use washi tape or whatever you've got in your stash to form your box. So just kind of want to fold on these till I have the nice shape that I would like. And then I'm going to put my tape not all the way to the top, but about 1/4 of an inch and just halfway on. And now I can guide my box into place. So I'm just going to have it flush with the sides and bring up that tape. Now that we've done one there, we can do one towards the bottom as well. And of course, we are going to be adding on some paper and other things, so all this tape will be hidden and our box will be sturdy once we are done. But this is just going to be a kind of a building block, a placeholder for now. Now we are going to take one of our 3.5 inch chipboard units, and we've cut a piece of attaboy to be 3 1/4 by 3 1/4, and this will adhere on the top of one of those. From your sticker sheet, we're going to take the larger of the 2 blue gears, and this is going to go in the center of our 3.5 inch piece we are working on. And then using a paper piercer, I am going to pierce a hole in the center of this. So just slowly working it through, making sure that my fingers are not anywhere that they could get hurt. Now keep punching holes through there. I did this about 6 or 7 times until I could get a larger hole. Once I got a big enough hole, I took my fine tip scissors and circled around, creating a larger space. And now from here, you can just take those fine tip scissors and trim off what's poking out from under here, and the same with up here. And then from the Graphic 45 red trim, we're going to take 3.5 inches of this chevron, and we are going to poke it through our hole that we have created. So I'm just using some fine tip scissors, but you could use a paper piercer as well. So I've put one end through, and now I'm going to take my other end and do the same. Just slowly pushing it through until you can grab either end, like so. Now I'm going to make sure I'm holding my tails so they don't come back out, but I do want to make this a little bit neater from the top angle. And then once I have it how I like it there, we can take these bottom tails and tape them down as flat as I can, and tape this one down as well. Now we're going to take our stack of 8 chipboard pieces and we'll adhere it in the center of our ribbon topper. And the stronger the glue you have, the better for this, of course. So I'm just going to find the center and hold it in place. If you have clamps, now would be a great time to use those as well. I only have one of these larger ones, so I don't think these other ones are gonna quite cut it. So I'll just hold it down in place for a bit. Maybe adding this heavy tape dispenser and letting it dry like that. Step 8, we're going to cut out 4 pieces that are 3 by 6 inches from our best in show paper, and we're going to cut out 4 strips from Attaboy that are 3 1/4 by 6 inches. We're going to score these strips down the center at 3/8 of an inch each and fold in half. Then we're going to adhere these large pieces down on our box. And if you cut these all from a strip, you can see that they do all at one point kind of go along together and stay keeping that image. There is one point that doesn't match up, but the others do, and it's super cute and fun. So once you have adhered one side on, because our box is still fragile at this point, I'm just going to take my bone folder on the inside and just work my way around, making sure I'm getting out all those air pockets and getting a good bond. Next, add some adhesive to those scored pieces, and then these are going to just go on the edges of our box, creating a nice sturdy box. So you can see I have added all 4 of my structure strips and they are looking great. And then we're going to take another piece of Attaboy and cut it to 3 1/2 by 3 1/2. And this is going to go on our last 3 1/2 inch chipboard piece. And now we're going to adhere our box to the base. So making sure everything is looking nice and square. Everything's right side up. You're going to use the best liquid clear drying adhesive you've got and line your edges. And then this is going to go on that cute paw print base. And then just find where you want that to go. And then I'm taking a damp paper towel and I'm just going to go around my edges, cleaning up any excess adhesive. And then I'll put this to the side to dry. So now we are going to add this ephemera piece. All my favorite people have paws. We've added some foam adhesive on the back, and then we've picked our favorite side to be shown as our front side, and I'm just going to adhere this on an angle, a slight angle right there with the flowers behind, which is how I like it. We can unclamp our lid and fix our ribbon, and then now this is just going to sit right on top of our box, creating just the cutest little treat box or gift box. I think this would also be an adorable addition to your craft desk to hold any of your supplies, your paintbrushes, markers, pens. So what do you think? Did you have fun creating this super simple chipboard treat box? We want to see your projects, so go ahead and share them with us on Instagram using our graphic45 hashtag. And then if you're looking for more great tutorials like this one, be sure to subscribe to our YouTube channel and hit that notification bell so you know every time we post a fun tutorial like this board book that we've also created with our Club G45. But we thank you so much for joining us today, and as always, happy paper crafting.